So Yelena, also update the votes before we let her in. Okay. So this the 9th IPSF AfRO Regional Assembly elects Ms. Leila Kasumba for the position of the Regional Media and Publications Officer. So we had 12 votes for and 1 reopen. And Leila, I have to read this when she's in the room. So Leila, this the 9th IPSF AfRO Regional Assembly elects Ms. Leila Kasumba for the position of the Regional Media and Publications Officer 2020-2021. Congratulations. 12 votes for Leila, 0 reopen. So Leila, you may have the floor.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to serve AfRO in this position. I really appreciate it and I don't take it lightly. I look forward to working with all of you to make AfRO even better than it has been. And it's already pretty great. So thank you very much and viva la pharmacy.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, Tiffany. So I was actually saying congratulations, Leila. We move on to the next election. Thank you, Tiffany. So the next election is the election of the Regional Projects Officer. And we received 1 nomination in the first that is eligible for the first round election. So we received 1 nomination from Noah, Mr. Noah Sese from NAPSISL Sierra Leone. Noah, you have the floor, 3 minutes to give your motivation.
Hello, everyone. Noah Sese from NAPSISL Sierra Leone, and vying for the position of the Regional Projects Officer. My motivation coming into this election is my desire to see a more active AfRO in global competitions and campaigns, as well as my intentions to implement new ideas and initiatives to the already existing brilliant ones we have. Of course, all of you know I'm a man that works very hard, dedicated and consistent with everything that I do. And this is evidence, this evidence in my mandate as a CP. It's obvious that my work speaks for itself. So during my time, I worked in the current subcommittee under Lillian, and I was the coordinator for public health in the Regional Project Office subcommittee. And I've learned lots of skills ranging from time management, teamwork, and I developed content together with my teammates, that is my subcommittee members, content related to public health, as well as serve as an intermediary for the region, which we collaborated with other counterparts, like, for example, the FAMSA in the just concluded hepatitis campaign, as well as the one that we did with FESPAO in the malaria campaign. So in my nomination, I plan to see the committee to be divided into 3. That is pharmacy education, professional development, public health, and humanitarian. So with these 3 structures, I have coordinators for 3, and each of these structures will have activities that will be implemented in them. For professional development, of course, I will help in coordination of the upcoming TDC, and as well as incorporate marketing skills as part of the IPSF PD events. And in these marketing skills, of course, it will be implemented in a form of marketing skills and entrepreneurship webinar trainings, and then we'll see how best to incorporate it in the part of the PD events trainings in the upcoming FPS in Mali. And of course, I will try to see how to review and adopt patient guidelines for patient counseling, clinical skills, and compounding skills, so that associations can organize these events locally. Because what I see is we have very less participation from AfRO members in the global level when it comes to competitions. So doing these events locally will help them to get an idea, so that when it comes to the global level, they'll be able to participate. And for pharmacy education, of course, in this portfolio, I will try as best to get to incorporate research as part of it. So this is the research. Okay.
Yeah. So now that those 3 minutes are up, I have to open the floor for discussion unless any official delegate wants to intervene, and I can't see that. So we'll proceed to open discussion. The floor is now open for discussion. Observers, registered observers, and official delegates, you have access to NOAA's nomination form. So please go through it and ask questions or comments. So we have Kiniso giving the first new comment. Let's just a moment. We want to update the speaking list. So 51, 56, sorry. Yes, Kiniso?
Prince Oscar, South Africa. I would like to propose a motion to give Mr. Noah 2 minutes to finish up his speech. Thank you.
Are we okay with giving Noah 2 more minutes? Type this if you're okay. This if you're not okay. When you type this, it means we are going into open discussion. This 2 more minutes for the motivation. I need to see your reactions. I'm only seeing 3 people, and we have almost 40 people here. Okay, Noah, please 2 minutes. So in 2 minutes, I'll stop you.
Okay, thank you. So in pharmacy education, I will try to incorporate research as part of the portfolio. And in doing so, I'm intending to launch the first ever IPSF AfRO Researchers Hub. This is a hub that will serve as an intermediary, or let's say a complementary to the already existing IPSF Global Young Researchers Forum, wherein the hub will be responsible. We'll have participants or students from all countries having to be in one group, so that they could work on research projects in which the region will be undertaking, and also to help in abstract writing and articles, webinar sessions, adoption of the Pharmacy Education Week, and pharmacy innovation and essay competition writing and essay writing competitions. And also, keyly, I will try as best as I can in the pharmacy, in the IPSF AfRO Researchers Hub, so that we could publish at least 1 research paper in the next FPS, which will be a research paper for the region. We'll choose topics, and then we'll see how best we work on it. On public health, of course, as we all know the norm, we'll be working on both the public health campaigns for that of WHO and the IPSF specific ones, where we will develop content on them and try to see how we can implement them. But most especially, we incorporate new public health campaigns, which will be on Ebola, cholera, Lassa fever, and of course, to continue with the COVID-19, because we already know COVID-19 is still with us. So we'll look at campaigns on, of course, awareness campaigns on BT Beyond color, collaboration in the NTDs campaign. We'll look at collaborating with Youth Combat NTDs because I want to see a more involvement for the region we are in. Whatever thing that we do will be seen globally, not just within the region. And as well, we'll try to see how to expand on the malaria campaign by collaborating with the Malaria Research Center in Mali, and also partner with NCDs Alliance in the NCDs campaign, and work with CPs to develop guidelines for local associations so that when they want to do campaigns, I will guide them through and help them through, because I've been doing it like for the past 3-4 years now, both NAPSSL and as well as IPSF. And humanitarian, I'll try to see how to review and adopt the Vampire Cup guidelines, because I want to see more blood donation drive. Thank you very much.
So proceed to open discussion. Let me see if you have any questions, comments. The floor is open for discussion now. So I'm not seeing any interventions. So open discussions means you can ask now questions and those things. Number 66 and 56, okay. So Bidian, you cannot speak because you're not a registered observer, I'm sorry. Kiniso? Kiniso, I saw a new eye. I think, Kiniso, was that a new comment or it was the previous comment for extending the duration of the motivation? Kiniso, please confirm. Meanwhile, we'll have Innocent.
Thank you very much, Madam Purity. Thank you very much, Noah, for this wonderful motivation of your nomination. I've been reading through your nomination form and it's really brilliant. I have just one question. You've been on the previous mandate in the RPO subcommittee, and please highlight to me on more of the experiences that you've had and how you're going to use them to uplift the Regional Projects Office. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So Noah?
Yeah, thank you very much, Innocent, for that question. With regards to the experiences I've had, of course, the experiences goes from both good experiences and experiences that are challenging. Of course, with regard to experiences that are good, I've developed as an individual and as someone within the committee, wherein I've learned certain soft skills in terms of setting up meetings, in terms of team engagement, in terms of communication skills, how to deal with members, how to get involved, and in terms of content development, and focusing on the topics that we want to look into. What are the, because when doing all this, you have to look at what is affecting the region and how much we can try to create a positive impact. So with regards to the experiences that have to challenge you, it has to do with team engagement and early submission of content is something that we'll struggle with, but I'll try to see how much I can possibly work on that by engaging CPs, because I have good relationship with them, so that people can be, people can also work on having these events to be shared in their local chapters and having these events to be organized in their local chapter. That is with regards to the project that we're working on in terms of the Vampire Cup and the clinical skills and patient counseling and compounding. So we want to see more involvement from member organizations. So basically, one other key challenge would have to be having more involvement in the global competitions, which I will definitely work on to see how to bring people on board. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Ahmed.
Yes, thank you, Purity. Ahmed Fans Nigeria. I don't know if I can propose a motion and also ask question at the same time. possible to do that?
No, choose one, please.
Okay, let me propose the motion and I'll come back to my Facebook. I would like to move the motion that we restrict the number of questions asked and also allocate time to answering questions, since there is time allotted to motivation. So I think it is wise if we can have time allotted to answering questions and restricting the number of questions to be asked. Thank you.
Okay. So you need to be very specific. So how many questions are those, and how many minutes should be limited? And yes.
Okay. I would suggest 5 questions and 3 minutes to answering the questions. Each question 3 minutes.
So the process is I need a seconder, and then we need to create a vote for this. So the motion is, if motions committee is getting me, so the IPSF AfRO Regional Assembly proposes that that we limit 5 questions to every candidate and 3 minutes for answering each question. I hope that makes sense. So, Innocent?
Mine is an amendment to the proposal that we limit to 2 minutes.
Just a minute. Let Yelena clarify something. Yelena?
Yelena, IPSF Secretary General. So this is just a procedural motion to limit the time for debate to 5 minutes and the time for answering also to 5 minutes as far as I understood. So not sure, did we have a seconder for that?
Not yet. So Agaba wanted to change. So he's changing to 2 minutes, right? But we need a seconder first. So the first motion was this: we want to limit 5 questions for every candidate and 3 minutes. So I need a seconder for that motion first. If not, Mahmoud can choose to present it. Ahmed can change it to 2 minutes. But it has to come from Pans Nigeria that they want that as 2 minutes. But if they want it as 3 minutes, we have to wait for a second and amend.
Okay. Ahmed Pans Nigeria. I would like to change the earlier stated time, 3 minutes to 2 minutes. So each question should have 3 minutes to be answered. Thank you.
2 minutes. So yeah, so 2 minutes. So it's fine. So may I have a seconder for this? Upsa Uganda. Thank you. So since it's been clarified that we can have it as a procedural motion. Thank you, Yelena. All that are against? All that are for? And Sapsif, you are voting twice. One person to vote, please. How many people do we now have? Any volunteer to help us count this? 8. So who is missing? Kefsa Kenya. So the missing organization, if they don't vote again, they're going to lose their voting rights. And then you'll start reclaiming and will take more time to now give you back the voting rights. So please vote. Has GPSA voted? ZPSA has not voted. ZPSA Zimbabwe has not voted. Has NAPSSL voted? And this time round, Noah can't be the one voting. So for the you have to vote of NAPSSL. So who is missing? GPSA. Is it GPSA missing? So GPSA is missing. If they don't vote again, they lose voting rights. So we'll close that there, and we have 11 fours. So that carries. So 5 questions. You've already answered 1. So next, we have Mahmoud speaking. And also after 5, we can close discussion. We can close the discussion. So always remember that. Mahmoud.
Okay, so this is Mopsa Uganda. I had a direct comment, a question to Mr. Noah. He talked about ensuring that member organizations can execute IPSF activities, events like Vampire Cup and compounding events. I would like him to elaborate more about that. How is he going to make sure that there is more participation of especially the associations that are said to be less active in AfRO? How are they going to make sure that, how is he going to that they participate more in IPSF projects? Thanks.
Thank you. Noah, you have 2 minutes.
Okay, thank you, Mahmoud. Yeah, I made mention of member organization participating in projects, more specifically vampire compounding and the other PD events, because of I thought these are very important events and all. And how am I going to make it possible is by developing and adopting guidelines, because I believe that with guidelines you'll be able to know how these events are done, and also I'll make it possible to make myself available to the said association that want to do it, to guide them through the process and see how much they can do it. Because the reason why I'm saying this, because I want to see more participation in the global level. So if these associations would have the guideline on how to do it, have the expertise, if they need the expertise from my committee or for myself, I'll make myself available and guide them through how it's done. And also, I will encourage also CPs that have done these events in their countries to share the report with other CPs, that is through the CP Google group, encourage them, other CPs to read them through, that they will learn the tips and how it's done. So basically, that is what I mean in terms of developing guidelines.
Time is up. Next, we'll have Miss Emma Nalianya. I hope that was answered. So Emma from FAMSA. Hello? Emma, are you there? Emma?
Yes, please. I'm sorry, proceed. Please skip me.
Okay, so do you still want to speak after the next person, or do we drop?
Please drop. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Kiniso?
Prince South Africa. I just want, first, let me congratulate you on the great pitch and the great plans you have for AfRO. I just want to ask you, what is your plan regarding working together with the RC and the member, our partner organizations, such as First Power? Thank you.
Thank you. Noah, 2 minutes.
Thank you very much, Queen. So that's a very good question. My plan, working with the RC, of course, I'll be them in very close contact, especially when it comes to the PD events in the upcoming FPS in Mali 2021. That is, I'll try to guide them through developing questions for the PD trainings, and then the competitions specifically, and also to incorporate marketing skills as part of the PD events. This one would be something new, but before that, we'll try to get training sessions online so that people get off with what I'm trying to say. For FESPAO, of course, I'm a huge fan of FESPAO. I will try to see how to incorporate working with them, especially with collaborations and all. As I stated in my nomination, I'll be definitely collaborating with FESPAO in the malaria campaign as we did this year. And specifically, it will be the Malaria Research Center in Mali. I heard that from the student exchange program, the students told me that there's a Malaria Research Center in Mali. So try to see how to collaborate with them and see how to improve on that particular project. So definitely, it won't be just limited to just Anglophone. It will be extended beyond that, and I will make sure that we have more participation from people in different parts of the region. Thank you.
Thank you. Kiniso?
Oh, yes. Perhaps I must have misquoted it. I wanted to talk about the other partner or associations such as FAMSA. What is your plan in regards to working with them? Thank you.
Noah?
Yes, thank you very much. This isn't the first time I'm working with FAMSA. I worked with them during this mandate as the public health coordinator, wherein we did a collaboration with regards to the just concluded hepatitis campaign. So of course, I'll be collaborating with them in some campaigns and try to see how much we can create more impact. Because what I've seen is the more you collaborate with partner organizations, is the more impact you have publicly. Because when you work with these people, you find out that the information and the awareness won't just stick just between IPSF AfRO, but it will go beyond IPSF AfRO. And we are moving in the trend we are in. We are actually encouraging what we call interprofessional collaboration. And I believe that I believe so much in interprofessional collaboration because I've done it locally and I've done it internationally. And I'm very much looking forward to working with FAMSA in events. And of course, hepatitis, this year we did something on hepatitis, and in my mandate, we'll do more of collaborations and so that we can create more awareness. Thank you.
Thank you. I hope that was answered. Kiniso, Najim?
My question is answered. Thank you. Drop.
Thank you. Emmanuel?
Yeah, thank you, Purity. Emmanuel Shukuru, CPO, DRC. Mr. Noah, what are your plan or strategies you will going to use to get more involved the French-speaking country members? Because we noticed that this mandate, apart from the LIT sessions, in the previous activity of the regional project office, French-speaking country members were not more involved. So how can you handle this this mandate? Thank you.
Thank you. Noah?
Yes, thank you very much, Emmanuel. That's also a very good question. Of course, as I said, I'm someone that is very open to working with everybody, and I look forward to get more involvement. That is my more goal and more global participation. So, of course, in getting more French people involved, I'll make sure that one thing that I actually want to try to do is in consultation with the RWG, I'll try to see to get members that will be part of my subcommittee that are from also the French-speaking countries. Because I believe that if you have people from subcommittee members that are also from the French-speaking countries, you have more interest. People have more interest in participating, and also try to see to adopt what they did this year, that is have content in both English and French, and also to try to see how to get videos and the likes in both English and French. So whatever thing that we do for the English, we'll do it for the French, so that we'll get everybody involved, because that is my goal, to get every country involved, and most especially to get the French-speaking countries more involved, because they are the ones that we see need more work to be done. And of course, collaborations will be done with so many French partners and all. We try to see how to get them on board, so that we try to get the people that we know our target, which is the French-speaking countries, to get them more involved, and we'll make sure that the awareness won't just stick within the Anglophone, it will go beyond the Anglophone. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So if I can bring this up, it's time, like our session, our fourth session should end right now. So we should now suspend the standing orders and continue with this later, but you have the option of extending the session, and you can state like how long you want that done. So Mahmoud, are you commenting on this, on what I'm currently talking about?
Yes.
Please have the floor.
Okay, so this is Mahmoud Nakugoba from UPSA Uganda. UPSA Uganda would like to propose a motion to table the motion to the next session. Thanks.
Okay, so Yelena wants to give a technical.
Sorry, it was actually a clarification. Yelena, IPSF Secretary General. So sorry for the confusion, but we can't table this motion because we're in the middle of this motion and in middle of an election. So we have to vote and then we can close the session. We cannot, because this is like a sensitive topic, it's election, and we have to do the closed discussion now, and we have to vote, and after that we can close the session. Thank you.
So, so have we had 5 interventions already? Can someone please confirm how many ayes we've had? If we've had more than 5 or 5, we've had more than 5. So we need to close the discussion and go into close. We need to close the open discussion and go into closed discussion and finish voting, then we end the session. So thank you for that. So we need a, so I can, because I don't see any other eyes, it is better to save time. We proceed to closed discussion based on no other eyes, so that we don't have to do a procedural motion. So we are going into closed discussion right now. So if you're not willing to share your camera, please leave before we send you to the waiting room. Noah, you might as well start leaving also. And Yelena, please delete Noah from the voting list of IPSF full members and add Fode. So I'll send you Fode's email right now. So meanwhile, regional working group, please help me kick out the people who don't have their cameras on into the waiting room. So just send them to the waiting room. And then if you're here for the closed discussion, please start doing the necessary before you're told, put your hands up. So regional working group, please let me know when we are set, and I'll stop live stream right now in the recording.